Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of this tutorial series. Today we're going to go through these tasks. So the first thing we're going to do is to clean up the app.vue and the home.vue file, because there are some boilerplate code from Vue. So if I open up Vue, app.vue, I can just remove the top div here, like that, and then it can be like this for now. And then inside home.vue, I want to remove these two lines, and also this import and this component here, because I'm not going to use that now. We can save it like this. And I can also just remove this component here, because we're not going to use that either. So move to trash. Perfect. And I can say done on that task. And then next we're going to add a menu, a content, and a footer. And this will be done in the app.vue. So if I go in here to app.vue, at the top here, as a nav class, navbar, role, navigation, and then the area label can be set to main navigation, and then set the style min height 5 rem, so it's just the minimum height of the menu. And then I can close the nav like that, but we want more in here. First we can add a logo, div class navbar brand, and then in here a link to the front page. So a class navbar item, and is size -4, href goes to slash, which is the front page, and then in here I just say study net and close it. I can also close the div where I show the logo, and then below here I want to have a menu, div id navbar item, and then class navbar menu, and then I want a links to the front page and the about page to the left. So then I need to add a div class navbar start, and then in here two links. So a class navbar item home. Then I can copy this, just replace the label with about, close that. And then I want some buttons to the right side where we have a login and sign up button. So div class navbar end, and then a div class navbar item. This class is from Bulma, so you get some space above and below the buttons. And div class buttons, so we get some space between the two buttons we have here. A class button is primary, strong sign up, close that and close the link. And then a class button is light, it's a grayish button, log in. So you can close that, close the div, close that div, and close that div. And also, oops, I think I forgot something, yes, close this div as well. So if I save now and go to the browser, then you can see that up here I have a new menu, perfect, with the buttons to the right, the logo, and then the links, perfect. And then below here we can just have the router view, which will be, for example, the front page and similar. And then at the bottom we want the footer, footer class footer, and then just want the simple text at the center of the screen. Class has text centered, copyright, parenthesis C 2021, or whatever you want to write here. So if I close that now, go back, then you see here that we got a grayish footer with the text centered on the screen. Perfect. So then I can go back here and I can save this and have an error here now, and that's because this template should only have one child. So if I add a div here, nothing more, and then close the div there. So we have now one child of the template, but this can have multiple childs. So then the error here is gone. Perfect. So then we can set this task to done. And then I want to create the front page. Before I continue, I just want to say thanks to my Patreons. Then I want to have a header at the top, or a hero, with some information, and then some bullet points below. Here you can actually see the front page we are trying to build now. So right now I want to add this header, and then I want these 4 boxes below and a button. This will take you to the login page. So then I can go back here again and into the code, and then I find home.vue. So at the top here I want to add a hero. Div class hero is info, so it's blue, and is medium, which is the size of the hero. And then div class hero body has text centered, because I want the text centered on the screen, like that. Then add a h1 class title, welcome to StudyNet, close the h1, and then subtitle below here, subtitle, an online place for learning what you want. We can close that, close that, and close that, and save and go and see what it looks like. Perfect. But you can see this is white now, so we can change it to blue by going back to app.vue, and here where we set class navbar, we can set is info. So now this should be blue as well. Perfect. So now we have this header. Next step now is to add these 3 boxes. So if I go back to the code and into home.vue, then below the hero, add a section class section. This is done so we get some space above here and also below the content. And div class container. This is done to prevent that it's going out to the sides, so it's in the middle of the screen. And then div class columns is multiline, and div class column is 4, like that. So that's this one, and then I want a box, so we get this shadow in there. So div class box has text centered, so it's also centered in this box. Perfect. And then span class icon is size -2 has text info, and then I class far fa-clock. Close the I, close the span, and then I want the text in here. h2 class is size 4, mt4 and mb4, so we get some space above and below the title. Study at your own pace. And close that. And then a paragraph. This is just some random placeholder text, just so we get some content there. And I can close that div, close that div, close that div, and close the container, and then the section. So if I go back now, we'll see that we have this box, but the icon is missing. We need to fix that. So if I find, here we have a folder called public and index.html, so I can import Fontawesome here. To do that, I just say link rel style sheet href. I'm going to paste this link in the description below, so you can just go there and copy it. https://cdn.cloud.fair.com/ajax/libs/font-awesom/5.15.4, which is the version I'm using, /css/all.min.css. So I get all the icons from Fontawesome. So if I save now, go back. Okay, I'm on a very slow internet here right now, so that is the reason why I'm not getting the icon. So I can go back, and then we can add the 2 other boxes here as well. So if I just go back to home.vue again, and then I can copy this column, paste it, then I can change the icon, because here I want to use a different icon. Here I want to use the FA comments. And then the title can be study with others. And if I paste the column again, I can replace the icon with FAS and then FA-home. And then the title here can be study from your home. Save. So if I go back here now, you'll see that we have these 3 boxes, which is the ones from the design here. Perfect. And then I just want to add this button. So below this 3rd column, add div class column is 12 and has text centered. And href, this can just go to nothing right now. Class button is info, so it's blue, and is size 3, so it's a little bit big. MT6 and B6, so we get more space below and above, so margin top and margin bottom. Click to get started. Then I can close that one, close the link, and also close the div. If I now save and go back, we have the button here as well. Perfect. So that was the front page. So now I can go back here and set this task to done. And then just to show how the router is working, I want to make it possible to click the about page. There actually has a about page already from Vue. So this can just be like this for now. And if I go into the router.js, I can just remove it, so I can import it and show you how it's done. So here I say import about, which will import the about.vue file from .views/about.vue. And then here add a new object, path, /about. So I go to /about, you go to the about page, name is about, so you can use a named parameter to go to the page, and component is about, which you just imported here. So now I can save that, and if I go up here now into app.vue, we can make this link to that page. So href/about, and this one href can just go to /, which is the front page. So now I should be able to click this. This is an about page. Click home, I get sent to the front page again. Perfect. You can also copy the header from the front page. If I just copy these lines, go to app.vue, paste it there. This can be small, which is default. Replace the title with about. And then below here we have the section, class section. This is the about page. Don't have to add anything more right now. So if I go back here now, you'll see that we have the header with the title inside and then the content below here. Perfect. So now you know a little bit more about how this router is actually working. So I can set this task to done. And then the next step now is to create a simple sign up page. So if I go to about, I can copy this, so I don't have to write all of this again. And then in views folder, create a new file called signup.vue. Paste it like that. The class can just be sign up, so I know which page we are on, and this wraps all of this inside there. Then I can replace the title with sign up. And then down below here, I want to add the form. So then inside here, I first add a div class container, so it's not going out on the side of the screen. And then div class columns. This doesn't have to be multi-line. Div class column is 4, so it's very narrow, and I want to center this on the screen. And to do that, is offset 4. And then here I add the form. And then inside here I can add first one field just so we can see that everything is working. Div class field, label username or email, and div class control input type email, class input, so we get some styling from Bulma. Close that div. Oops, this was supposed to go all the way out there. Now we can close that. Sorry, my indentation was a little bit wrong here. There, perfect. So if I now close the form, close that div, and close that div. So everything there is okay. So now you can save this and import it to the router. Import signup. Oops. There, from /views signup.view. And if I just copy this path, sign-up, name is signup, and the component we're using is signup. So we can save that, and we can fix the button in the menu. Oops, it's this one, href/signup, and save. So now I can click this, and we are sent to the signup page. We will have the form, narrow, in the center of the screen. Perfect. Then we also need two fields for the password, one for password and one for repeat password. So go back to signup.view. I can copy this field, password, and this should be input type password, so it's just some stars and not the clear text. And I can copy this, and the label here should be repeat password. And then below here I want the button, div, class, field, and div, class, control, and then the button. Button, class, button is dark, so it's a dark, nice button. Sign up, close the button, close the div, and close that div. So save, go back, and you see here it's starting to look like a real sign up form. Perfect. And then below the form we can have a link to the login page if you already have an account. So HR, so we get the line, or router link to/login. So this is actually the proper way to have a link in Bulma, no, in Vue. Click here, close the router link to log in. Perfect. So now we have that. But if I click that, you don't see anything because we haven't created the login page, which we're going to do now. But first I want to set this task to done. Then we can create the login page. This will be very similar to the sign up page. We can just copy all of this, create a new file in the views folder, login.vue, paste it, and then we can replace this with sign up, and this also sign up. And if I go to the top here, we can replace the class login. We are not using this, but it's still just nice to have this wrapper around. Then we can replace the title with login, and we can remove the repeat password because we're not going to repeat password when we log in. And also the button here can say login instead of sign up. Now we can save this. Still not working because we haven't imported it to the router. So copy and replace login like that. And we can copy this and say login, oops, in one word, and save. So now we have the login form here. And if I click here, you're sent to the sign up page. Perfect. So then I can go back to the to-do list again and set this task to done. Next step now is to convert the menu to a component, so it's a little bit easier and maintainable, so we don't have all of this in the app.vue. So if I just copy this nav, or not copy, I can cut it out from there and scroll up here and find the components folder. Create a new file, nav.vue. Just create an empty template and paste the navigation bar there. Just fix the indentation like that, and save. So if I now save this app.vue file as well, you'll see that the menu is gone. So we need to fix that by saying nav here and close like that. But now we'll probably get an error saying that this not exist. At least it should say so down here in the console. Yes, failed to load. Can't find the nav. So we need to import it. So create a script tag here. Export default. And then name, we can set this to app like that. And then we need to import the component here. And this is done in the top of this. Just close this first. Import nav from @/components/nav. So this components folder is of course this one, and @ just means that it's the root folder of the project. So now we need to add a components list here. Nav and save. So if I now go back, hopefully the menu is back again. Perfect. And this app.vue file is a little bit more easy to maintain. So we can do the same with the footer. Just cut it out. Create a new file in the components folder. Footer.vue. And we create a template and paste the footer there. So I can save this. Go back here and also import the footer. Import footer from @/components/footer. Now we can register it here. Footer and footer and close it. So if I save now, go back, the footer is still there. Perfect. So then we can go back again to the to-do, set this task to done, this task to done, and that was it for this part. Hope you liked it, and if you did, please click like below. If you have any questions about today's code, feel free to leave a comment and answer as soon as I can. See you in the next video.